Flash is a fad and it's going away. So the phrase you use is you're the power behind the storage. What do you mean by that?
That's right. So ATTO is actually the interconnect that connects all of the storage into the computers. So a lot of times people don't really pay as much attention to what they're actually connecting and how they're making that connection, but sometimes that is really some of the critical technology.
It's I like the term Nexenta.
It goes into.
Yeah,
yes,
it goes into other things.
It goes into other things, and if it's not fast, and the pipe's not big, and it's not smooth,
right,
that's really important. So one of the things that ATTO does differently than all of our other competitors is we design for very smooth, managed latency products. So all of our host adapter products, as well as some of our bridging products, everything is designed to be able to make sure that we're very smoothly managing how the data flows from the storage into the computing system. Because it's all about balance, right? So I use the phrase a lot of times, it's not necessarily how fast you move the data, but how smooth you move the data. Similar to traffic, right? If you're going 100 miles an hour, but you got to stop at a traffic light all the time,
right,
you're better off going 80 miles an hour and just sailing right through.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's really what ATTO's value is to overall infrastructures and storage.
Yeah, I use the traffic analogy when we talk about, I do a lot with backup. So I use the traffic
backup,
analogy where I'm like, trucks have great bandwidth,
right,
just lousy latency.
Right.
And so both are, both are extremely important, right? So what kind of applications do you see sort of, are they changing the need for bandwidth, the need for latency? How is that shaping up?
Well, the faster that systems become, the more those that dependency really becomes important, right? How fast can you get it? Hence SSDs, right? People are going to SSDs, they're looking for performance, they're looking for reliability, and they're looking for smoothness of how do you deliver that. So in applications like media and entertainment, I like your backup, right? Same type of thing. In media and entertainment, if you're not delivering data when it's required, you start dropping frames. In backup, if it's not there, you start shoe-shining your tape. Right?
I am so proud of you. You use the tape
shoe-shining tapes.
I didn't expect that to come out of you.
Well, we do a lot in the tape segment.
Gotcha.
A lot of people deploy us in servers where they're trying to be able to handle backup,
right?
As well as SSD environments.
Right.
So,
And that's sort of the two ends of the spectrum: tape and flash.
Right.
The Flash is everywhere. Flash will save the world. I mean, how's that changing things for you?
Well, so we actually make products that will allow you to take very high-end flash arrays and attach them to SAN environments, fiber channel, and we have some future products coming out that will be iSCSI based. So we can actually handle the full bandwidth of what's going on with flash and present them into a SAN environment. So if it's SAS on the back end, or the future is NVMe, and you need to be able to connect it into an overall shared environment, that's what ATTO does. So.
Interesting. Yeah, it just...
well, we actually were founded in '88. We actually used to manufacture solid-state disks. So we used to do solid-state disks and solid-state caching
products. In 1988?
It was all DRAM based.
Okay, right.
But we did really well in that space. We kind of backed out of that market about 10 years ago, and but we understand what is required to be able to handle very high bandwidth, very low latency storage, and that's hence we build all of our infrastructure products around.
I remember, maybe not that far back. I was barely out of high school back then, but I do remember the first time I saw a solid state vendor at a trade show, and it was like, what are you selling? He's like, well, it's like a 1 gigabyte drive. It's like $8 million. I was like, that sounds awesome. No one's ever going to buy that.
No, we used to sell a lot of those into database applications, a lot into imaging, a lot into graphics. Prepress was very big, and they would use it for just being able to get to that smaller piece of data that they needed very, very quickly. As the price comes down, though, you're seeing people moving to even in primary data.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my interview with Tim from ATTO. Make sure to check out our other videos on Tribit TV and subscribe to our channel while you're at it. Thanks again for watching.